I guess, um, for the record, I'm foxof. Um, I'm joined here with Redblade.
Hello.
We played a set offline at BBB. It was like the very first thing that we did. As soon as we got to the hotel, we just like set up casual, and we just immediately hopped into a first 10. So I actually haven't seen this since then. So I'm like my memory is fuzzy on the details, but I do remember in the first couple of games, I I drop a lot of B and Bs, and I think it was just like adjusting to offline again. I was like missing really basic links and combos. So I was just like, man, and it gets better as the set goes on. But so we're here to talk about the matchup, um, and like what sort of impressions we got from it or have so far. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. If the game volume is too loud, someone just let me know. So let's start with round start. So
Round start sucks. I'm not even gonna hold you. Round start fucking sucks.
yeah, and I mean,
I don't do a lot for a reason.
it's like, and these are two characters that are like kind of defined by this dynamic anyways. Like Londrekia actually has really strong round starts against most characters. Oh god, I missed the jump 3B. And Wagner and Wagner on the other end of that, like, generally does not have super strong round start. Like, having resources is nice, but wow, I just got lucky.
I think that works like that normally. I don't think it, yeah, because it doesn't have an extended, Drill doesn't have an extended hitbox before, unless she has buff up. It actually, the hitbox becomes noticeably bigger with it up, and also becomes like really defended. So if you've ever felt like it was, you lost to Drill kind of inconsistently, that's the reason why.
So something that we've already seen a lot is
yeah, there it is. There it is. I was fucking waiting for that too. gotta be, yeah. And I dropped my VO under. I think like this first game was definitely just both a bunch of adjustments.
Yeah. A lot of just getting used to stuff. So
yeah, and there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna like, he's not gonna get away with that, you know?
Yeah, you can if you're really on point, you can like react to the end, like just let it go, which I wasn't, and then I got my anti-air and all that stuff. But that doesn't matter because Drill's saving the day.
Yeah, that is the best answer to jump 3B, which, like, you've already seen me abusing it a little bit. It is the best matchup that he has in the game for using that normal. Jump 3B is like really, really good in this matchup. It kind of does everything. So Drill really has to save the day. Very nice there.
And drop my side swap. Although there is a new side swap you can do this mirrorless, but I don't fucking know it yet. I noticed I didn't throughout the entire set. I actually don't think I. Well, I mean, some of the VO stuff works because I do later on.
Yeah,
like some VOJA into death or like VO throws.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a point later on where you Vorpal strip me, and then I try and wake up with force function, and you just throw it.
Yeah, it's also like no, it's
like no, this is not Batista, you know. I'm surprised that increase 2 AD has so much hit stun that like you actually just OTG'd my no tech. That's crazy. Drops everywhere. It finally worked. I remember the first one that I did, the first 4C2148, you just like barely blocked it and you were like, I didn't block that offline. or
Yeah,
online.
I definitely got hit on that one on that play. There it is. Yeah, I should have just pressed it. I was thinking like, and that's maybe something I should do more if I have shield up. That can actually discourage Rekka a lot. Ah!
Yeah. Oh god. Oh, this is hard to watch. So, the neutral dynamic you're seeing here, I mean, I actually think that like fireballs are objectively the weakest part of his game plan, and they kind of do depend a lot on just like you not committing to doing something. So I do think that they're like generally more so a conditioning tool, whereas like all of his Rekkas, jump 3B, 4C, that is like the quote-unquote real stuff in neutral, and the fireballs are really just conditioning for that, especially against Wagner. Projectiles are the weakest part of the neutral for him, because it's a matchup where, oh my god. Nice. It's a matchup where
I forgot if I did this or not.
you
No, I just got mashed.
yeah. Got him. But it's a matchup where Wagner actually has a fair bit of options against fireballs. Her 214C like actually works very consistently. You know, FF can get some punishes in a lot of closer ranges. And pretty much the main reason to throw a projectile is to try and keep you from doing what you managed to do there, which is back off and take a buff.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. Or maybe that was just another misinput. Like, it's hard to know what to do about 5BB, because like normally, like when I'm walking back and stuff like that, like I'm looking for a whip punishment. Because of the extension, it's stupid hard to do so. Because like otherwise, 5B is not a hard normal to whip punish because it's out there forever. But 5BB makes it so that like even if you walk back, and with Under Knight's thing of most normals extending their hurt box before the hitbox, like well before the hitbox. That means like trying to whip punish a move that has like a command normal on whiff is very risky. It's almost not even trying.
Yeah. There are some characters with horizontal reversals that can really deter 5BB usage, like you know, Byakuya and Merkaba can both shield the second hit of 5BB, and like, you know, it's like, yeah, exactly. Without a horizontal reversal, it's like it just gets worse, a lot worse.
Yeah, there it is. Throw.
Oh my god.
I don't know how I got 2B, or maybe I was just like, yeah, because I generally 2C, 2B is my go-to low confirm. So I go ahead and just press 2 one more many times than I needed.
So as far as like each character's defensive options, so I think you grabbed a force function last round. Not sure. Man, why did I do that? so that's like the main weakness, is you can't actually use a reversal and get out of a throw situation. You kind of have to choose one or the other. So like as a result, Wagner Danger Time is still like very potent. Like he still has to make a harder decision than just the binary, do I reversal or not? On the flip side, Wagner has, you know, a really good DP, but she doesn't have fully invul horizontal reversals to deal with, like, you know, everything else. She's got a good projectile invul, but that and meterless DP and a 3-frame CDP. So, like, not everything is gonna work. Force function is actually one of her better defensive options in the matchup, just because she can, you know, pull away 4CC and get a punish, stuff like that. But generally, this seems to be a matchup where Londrekia just wants to keep her at range and not have to deal with them. And for the most part, he doesn't. Oh lord, what a drop. And on the flip side, Wagner wants to kind of stay in and encourage him to use his risky defensive option and punish him for it. I got the sense, because you know that online exhibition we played? Sejam commentated it, and I felt like he was trying to resist saying Kai and
Soul.
Yeah, Soul and Kai, that sort of dynamic. He says something along the lines of, you know, classic protagonist fighting game character dynamics, and I was like, I know he's talking about Kai and Soul, but it's true. It's like, that kind of is the dynamic here. Except,
I wouldn't call either of them protagonists.
they're on the front. They're on the front cover. They're on the front cover.
And then just make her like 5 soul. Let me get wild, bro.
The Wagner command grab?
The fabled Wagner.
The fabled
just
Wagner
wild,
command
bro.
grab, yeah.
You can't CS it, but it does like 40% of it.
Oh, I dropped. Oh my god.
There it is.
I dropped and then I got memed. But hey, I hit an online mix offline. Feels good, man.
Yeah, I definitely tried 5Bing after that, or 5B. It was high counter. What did I try to do there? Actually, it was probably 2-1-4 because I had a shield buff up.
Yeah. That definitely sucks against people who just want a DOS semi-frequently. You just perish, but...
Yeah, I haven't done that combo in a minute. You do like run up 2C, 5C, and do whatever. And like you see, like right here, I'm definitely like trying to go for the whip punishes, but I'm still not really used to finding Londrekia's range for that kind of stuff, especially with 5BB on deck.
Yep.
Maybe it's just something I have to get used to, like seeing more, like seeing that 5C or like 2B or something.
That was really nice from you right there. That was like textbook right response.
Yeah, back off there to win the cycle. I'm thinking like maybe.
Oh my god. every
okay,
time.
I think that JA here. This looks familiar.
Yeah, this feels like a spot where you
yeah,
would.
there it is.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was like, okay, if I definitely know how I play, I'm probably just gonna go for the kill there.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go! Oh, and then I immediately drop it.
It's like kind of understated, and I just think this goes like for character fighting Wagner in general. a lot of characters that have some sort of meterless invul option is not really that strong against her well, after she VOs you, because you're gonna have to interact with her anyway. But the two characters that kind of don't are Lond and Bat, which definitely makes the dynamic weaker. But let's say High DPs you, what's he gonna do? He has to go back in there. You know, Lean ADPs you, same shit. But if that flash kicks you, you're sent to full screen, and then you're back to like wanting to fucking drink Everclear. And if Lon DPs you, then you're probably gonna get walled out with buttons. I'm just going to go to zero eventually.
What I will say about long force function is being able to forward tech it whenever you're counter hit by it can be a big asset, especially if you have like CS to leverage. That said, you can get like meme cross-up, so like, I don't know, do it at your own risk, but also like, it is kind of nice that you can just pick wherever you want to be on the screen against them. He doesn't actually get to like send you full screen like BT does.
No, that wasn't punish. That's like what, -8?
Actually, was it 4C no cancel?
Yeah.
-13.
Oh, no. Why do I think it was -8?
You know, I would love for it to be -8. That would make it like a lot safer against some horizontal reversals.
Let's not make that -8. Let's make it -13, not cancelable on shield.
Ugh.
Let's do that. It has a hurt box retraction. Yeah, try to throw there. Yeah, long run stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god, I should have just dived again. Now that I think about it. I had CS and everything. It would have been like a way better to confirm. Although, like, I'm getting a lot of more success on these throws, switching up the timing a lot.
Oh my god. I saw my life flash before my eyes.
There it is.
I've known for so long that is one thing that was going to be really good offline no matter what, you know? That jump 3B whip cross up.
Yeah, hop over the low. I have no idea
nice
5-8 would have worked there.
That is -4, so throwing a C Rekka no cancel, that is the appropriate response. And like honestly, like if you're looking for the C Rekka, you can shield the second hit and make it -7 and get a way better punish. Or just interrupt late third stage, you know, if you shield. So that's definitely one thing to pick up that's like very, very annoying to deal with in the long run, or as the long player, you know.
Really annoying thing to deal with is a Rekka. Yeah, and there we go. That's a perfect example of like, because I was buffed, the extra hitbox allowed me to, the bigger hitbox allowed me to hit you in the air, but it probably wouldn't have happened if it wasn't buffed. At least make that shit -4.
So
I think minus, because he has the option to send meter like off of it and make it plus off of a move that it's a very easy get into. Like -4 or something. I don't think you should die for it or anything.
It's very toxic in the Yuzuriha matchup. It's like minus 2 with pushback enabled a lot of strong RPS against some characters, you know.
I actually think this is a match you were talking about. Is like where you just decided, yeah, because I'm pretty sure I was just like, no.
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, you turned to me. You said no, like I was a naughty dog who just shat on your carpet.
And the one that can start coming out later. You know, I forgot I had the option like to free COS a lot in this matchup.
I drop it though. Finally, I think that was like the 4th time I had done that setup. I was like, okay, now it's time to finally throw.
Then yeah, fireball.
Yeah, I did that there because I was like, if that first fireball doesn't kill, you can actually just link a second one. So instead of doing IW, I'll just see if the first one kills. If it doesn't, I'll just spin the extra meter.
And here I kind of just want to stem on the grid lead. And yeah, that was not a 7-frame gap, so I couldn't, what do you call it? I couldn't shield through it.
Yeah, I believe, oh my lord. After C normals, I believe the increase to 1-4A is like a very small gap, like, you know, somewhere between 4 and 5 frames, and it trades well, you know, trades for a full combo, so. I was really hoping there, I was hoping with the whiffed 236B that you would try to force function and 214A, and at that spacing and timing, in order to do it correctly, it leaves enough of a recovery for him to force function. So it's
no, I knew that 5BB was coming out, and well, fuck dealing with that. I'm not gonna deal with it. Let's just pass.
Oh, I just barely lost cycle. That sucks. That is a what is it? 7-frame gap.
Wait, between what?
4C and 4CC. I know because Zenny found out that you can, if you shield 4C, you can 6-6C as Wagner and just go right past the falling ice block and tag him.
Ah, no confirm. Wasn't ready. I wonder if there's a gap there actually if you shield.
If you,
like a
if you shield the second hit of Hydroblading, then it forces a gap in the 3rd stage A Rekka. He can do 3rd stage B Rekka, but I don't think I had resources at the time, so it would have kind of been a god on me.
No, you had resources because you did Fireball.
Oh, okay.
No, what I'm talking about is, you know how Fakatsuki lands on the ground and does EX Fireball at Fakatsu, and if you shield it, then if you have any input move actually go through it, because it leaves like a small gap. If the gap is there off of, what do you call it? Off of Rekkas and the Fireball, if you shield it, that might be also something you can do, but I have not allowed that. Yeah, I was like, force function here, that's fine, but I need cycle right now.
I don't know why.
Maybe using 2B there is like, because it is the longest reaching low. It might clip walk back along with what Rekka's -3. Pressing 5A will trade at worst. So 2B is probably the answer there.
Wait.
I think, yeah, because this gives me the best knockdown. I could just back up.
Zoner Wagner.
Just give her a rock.
Shield throw.
Man, maybe Captain America. That's what I'm talking about when you do like the second hit of C-Rekka into Fireball. I'm just within 1 second there actually.
Londrekia combos take forever. I'm convinced that they looked at the length of his combos, and after 1.0 we're like, oh, we should probably give him like a grid steal mechanic. These combos are just going on.
He didn't have that in 1.0.
No, actually, they gave him 6B grid steal. He really actually got quite a lot in 1.03. Let's go! Yeah, so 7 jump 3B is really, really good in this matchup because it covers assault, but it can also clip some of the extended hurt boxes. It doesn't actually hit very low to the ground when he's jumping backwards and doing it. So you can actually take a lot of space on the way down, and even like sometimes stick out a low, like Byakuya 2C is very good for catching 7 jump 3B landing without getting hit.
Yeah, like if you look at it, like how 5C, like I was looking for the whip punish and then 5BB ended up trading anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, 5BB is a pretty curse button.
Honorary overheads.
Absolutely. And so I've been playing with Soma a lot lately, and I don't know what it is. I have this mental block of I see Byakuya press 5B, I know 5BB exists. I still somehow, like, I harbor the belief that I can do something about it. And I just keep getting hit by it. This was, please don't IW me. I'm just gonna do a gapless block string and do a bunch of lows and yeah.
But like the defensive utility she gains from like just having all of them pretty insane because like a lot of characters just want to wall her out with buttons. If you're in VO, you're probably going to have cycle, which means you could shield CS into like 3.5, a side switch, and a safe yo. Like plus 120 or some shit after IW. Yeah, couple walk back. I don't think I decide to. Do I decide to strip here? I do. Oh yeah, because the cycle's almost up. Yeah, I remember getting real pissed with that one.
Oh, I actually could have picked up with 5A and killed with that.
I guess like the thing for me is also realizing Fireball startup, especially if it's just like because he does a whole ass pose before it comes out.
Yeah, so that is I really want to call it a 50-50 and I like can't by definition because it's actually like you've got like a 6-frame fuzzy window, you know. It's actually fairly easy to fuzzy, but it looks identical. It looks like really, really similar. So I feel like it's disingenuous for me to call it a knowledge check when you clearly have to like practice blocking it and see it a couple times to make sense of it. But I guess I can't say it's super strong, and I can't say that it's like just a knowledge check. It's all right, I guess. Oh my god, I hate that. That's just absolutely the worst. Yeah, if you ever see a Londrekia player do like rising jump B instead of jump 3B, absolutely murder them for it. It's just death. It's such an awful feeling when it happens.
Oh my god, yeah, I walked forward because I was trying to do 6B. Although I could have probably just pressed 5B. That's actually one of my favorite pickups off that normal.
Let's go. So this is something, I mean, I guess I'm kind of curious what you think, but I never used to end in IW with Batista. It didn't matter, because she has 900 minimum damage Seadrill. So the IW was like 200 more damage for double the meter. I was like, it's not worth it, you know? Now with Londrekia, when I see myself at 200 meter, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Like the Oki is all right. Like I still have something to cover them if they delay tech. And it's doing like actually close to double the extra damage. Like it goes from 500 to 1100 or something like that. So I don't know.
I mean, if you're trying to push damage values, then yeah, it makes sense. But normally, I would probably just go for the setup instead. Obviously, unless you know, unless IW's gonna kill, then you know you always spend the meter. But normally, I would probably just go for some. Unless you think you can like kill in another like something off of this, you land the IW or something.
Yeah, I was getting cheeky. I might have been feeling myself a little bit at that point.
Yeah, then I drop my combo. And I drop 2 combos in a row!
Offline really does hit different. For the first I think as the night went on, both of us got more comfortable. But those first 10 games you played offline after not having been offline for a while. Yeah.
Can I VO here? I'm pretty sure I VO here. No. There was one match I just
it's definitely coming up. Yeah, because that's like the moment where I was just like, oh no, like now I have to just contain the beast.
Yeah. I think the thing that's personally why I have so much trouble against this character and also against Batista too is because it's really easy for them to interrupt the kind of pressure I want to go for, because it's if you play against another character with a reversal, generally shielding and then doing 6-2-3 is very hard. So it's not something I generally have to account for. I don't generally have to account for slimming through strings unless they're super on point. It's not the case with those kind of characters. They with their easier access to the.
Oh no! I hate to see it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to there. There would be no point. I would just be wasting bar. Yeah, there was. I think the game was over. So
yeah, I was like, I'll just take the meter. It's fine.
Yeah.
so good.
I hate that shit.
The only thing that like really yeah, that was the infinity input error. It was the infinity error of trying to do dash throw and you're just like too hasty on it. But yeah, the thing that deters me from using just like raw jump 3B cross up without any sort of like setup behind it is if somebody is trying to 1AD and I've already crossed them up, the 2A just punishes me. And they're like, ah, sweet, I did it.
Yeah, you started like mashing on the long run and stuff.
Yeah. I started like trying to get a sense of where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Look at that really damage. I'm okay with, 3.6 over from an overhead. That's pretty sweet.
I was pressing, man. It probably would have been DP.
Yeah.
So maybe I just got like 5 or 6B or something. Yeah, knowing me, I'd have definitely would have DP. I think this is the game. I think this is one out of the setup. But it was like, not today.
It's got to be right here.
Oh no, because
maybe not.
Yeah, it has to be next round. Yeah, I remember getting mad at that. It's like I specifically tried to do that to sniff that out, but I don't know. That's not head property, is it?
It is.
What the fuck did I get countered?
It's disjointed at the tip.
Yeah, but I mean, I should have just involt through it.
I don't know. I probably was just a little bit early. Like I think that if you had done your run a little bit deeper, you probably would have been able to get under the vulnerable part. But I also think you probably could have 6 succeed at that timing. You would probably trip guard it with 6 succeed. Yeah. I'm not blocking that offline either.
I think 2B is the play there. Like, it's definitely not Biak 2B, but it'll do.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's far enough. Even if he spaces it, he's not far enough to catch 2B because her 2B actually moves her forward. And even if you, like, 5 or 2 it'll do 6. So you'd have to do, like, something.
I got lucky. I'm having a good
Hey,
time.
this is it. I know this is it. There it is. There it is. I'm surprised I killed. I probably should have done it. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. I had 30% damage boost there.
God, the untech on counter hit is just godlike. It's insane.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is an air hit, so it's full on tech. Should have just gone for the hat trick.
Oh my god.
There it is. The one-time throw works. Right there. Well, actually, no, because it's worked other times.
The hurtbox retraction on that dive kick, it's good.
I remember Brandon was telling me about it, and I was like, is it that good? But I've been turned into a believer. Do I do it? Yeah, double super route. It's like 3.5. 3.6, somewhere. I don't think I... No, I have enough damage to clear flips out. So I can just do... Ah, no!
Okay, that's
God damn it!
That
Please.
is I know, right? But
Please.
that 6B happens a lot in the Yuzu matchup where I'll be like, oh yeah, it's time to press 5B and punish them for getting on the other side of me, and 6B comes out, and I'm like, oh, if that extremely long recovery, I don't even know if I could call it a normal. What the hell even is a 6B? Command normal grab.
Thing.
Yeah, with a million years of recovery. If it could be something other than 6B, I'd be very happy. Please.
Pretty sure I have VO here, and I'm probably gonna get reversal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know which one, but apparently 260 always shoots towards him. And then the other one shoots behind. Yeah, that shit was GG.
It's so good because it basically will cover any approach option that is like preemptive in any way. You know, if you 660, it doesn't matter. If you assault, it doesn't matter. It's so good for what it does in this matchup. Definitely the best matchup in the game to use that normal in. I should have at least CS for the meter.
Yeah, I think I started to. Like, I'm going to try to with punish it with dive instead, and it does work out a couple times. VO allowing you. If you're in VO, you are going to win the cycle. It's kind of the formality. Yeah, I'm going for it. I want to go big or go home. If I got that, I might have actually been able to kill.
I shouldn't have pressed the button there. Like that wasn't smart of me, but it worked out. Oh well.
I think that was the first time I even tried doing fuck, what's that thing? Run up force function. I think that's like the very first time I tried it in like a throw mix up situation in that entire set.
Yeah, I don't think that you had shown it before.
Yeah, like the golden rule is like if she has shield up, you're probably just not gonna OS.
Yeah. She and Vorpal.
Yeah.
Like mashing when they have Vorpal in general is like kind of, you know. So let's see. In review, so round start is definitely favored to Londrekia. The neutral is definitely favored to Londrekia, with the caveat that Wagner has good counterplay options to fireballs, but you know,
very situational.
But situational, sometimes meter dependent, and just the more basic stuff that he does, putting up walls and jump 3B is really, really, really good. And it's kind of hard to keep him out as much as it is to get in his space. So he dictates a lot of the interactions in neutral. Um,
where Wagner does not want to be.
yeah,
She wants to be in somebody's face, uh, preferably making them choose between different sorts of like mashing and not like if you can consistently reversal like through her stuff, running offense gets a lot harder
yeah,
because a lot of things that would be like high risk on their end aren't because like the well, I'm not gonna say like reversals aren't high risk because they are, but having that option is a lot better than not.
definitely forces you to structure your pressure
Yeah, a
differently.
lot differently.
Yeah.
It's
So
like you have to like stuff like run up, like maybe you have to and a lot of things in Uni you have to because like safe jumps don't exist and like there aren't a lot of setups that are like DP proof. A lot of times you have to hard bait it uh on a character that generally doesn't want to give up her turn and give up her momentum because like her offense more than anybody else's is like kind of on a timer.
mm, yeah, so on the flip side though, like on the flip side, Londrekia doesn't have to engage with Wagner in the ranges where she has options to reversals. Like,
Right.
very very easily he can like just press 4C or meet you with something else. He doesn't have to uh play in a way that puts him at the same level of risk. Um, he can, and he has like there were lots of examples in there of he has a lot of ways to just gaplessly string you into a lot of plus frames into more pressure guess situations like
And if it doesn't work out, he's spaced out far enough where it's like okay, well you still have to take a risk anyway. It's not like he's like rebeating into minus frames where you can easily like a 6B or some shit.
exactly. And being able to his walkback speed is like a huge asset, big part of his character, enables a lot of his offense to work the way that it does. You don't necessarily always want to be, pressing your best poke as soon as he rebeats. He can very easily like walk back and press 4C, 4CM nice bro. So when you combine the two of those, he can actually just shave a lot of time off the clock just making you block. Or just like you get Vorpal and he's like, okay, cool. Well, like this whole first half of the cycle though, you're just gonna be blocking. And even when you go to take your turn, you might get your CS baited with something like 4C. So yeah. So on the flip side, he can put in a lot of pressure and kind of even just dwindle down the clock. Even if he doesn't like reaction check you or knowledge check you, he can actually just jail you a lot uh, and force you to take risks to come back on a life deficit. So, and if he does that and then returns to neutral where you don't want to be, it feels bad. And this is one of those matchups where he can abuse that dynamic. There are other ones too, like Byakuya and Enkidu, Mika, but
Miyagi would have an easier time pressing shit though. He's got 5A, he's got 2B, he's got some options. This is 5BB especially.
yeah, if you are newer to Londrekia, by the way, there are times where you would want to press 2B, um, but there will probably be more times where you want to press 2C or definitely more preferably 5BB. Uh, if you're looking for a poke to challenge with, that is the one. Forget about 2B. Like it contextually, it can work, but forget about 2B. Just press 5BB, please. It's really really good. So overall impressions of the matchup. Um, do you think it is favored to Londrekia or Wagner? I'm asking this question. I kind of already know the answer, but because we've talked about it.
You're asking me because I think you know the answer on my part too.
Yeah, yeah, it's Londrekia favored.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not like um I mean, I'm speaking
It's
from
not like playing I don't know Wagner Batista or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. It's not like
It's
that
not like
bad,
depression inducing.
but it's definitely a lot of the interactions swing in Lon's favor. I think I think kind of the future of the matchup would be like if the Londrekia player feels like they cannot throw fireballs, like it's just too risky because the counterplay is like so you know, ready. If the Londrekia player feels like they can't throw fireballs and that Rekkas just become too risky to use because they're losing all of the interactions to shields and punishes or DPs or matches or just the right combination of those things. If they're like losing the RPS a lot, and they don't feel like they have fireballs to fall back on, at that point, uh, it would start to feel like more of an even matchup or like a matchup where uh, the lawn player has to guess more and play safer, more passive. But that like that requires a lot of the Wagner player. So at this point, and maybe we'll look back on this and like have a
Like,
difference of
what the
opinion
fuck
in
was the
like a
thing here?
year or something. But like at this point, yeah, it's definitely lawn favored. The lawn player does not have to do quite the level of work. So yeah. Any other final thoughts?
Uh, I think there's more labbing I have to do because again, I don't know if stuff like Record and the Fireball isn't gapless and shield, then that would be a huge game changer. Like shit, that might actually swing the matchup more in favor even just because of that one dynamic. If I know I can always get something off of shielding uh off of shielding Rekkas, that means you can't throw them out anymore, and I can kind of like feel free to jump or take space or whatever. But there's some labbing I have to do on that. I also think that um, yeah, I think a lot of this is actually just hitting the lab for me. Like actually,
Hmm.
um, again, I don't want to say like it doesn't feel like a hopeless matchup. There are some things like I definitely felt like I was more in control than not. Like a lot of those interactions, like doing run up stop pressure, and like maybe that was like more of the answer. And like maybe like okay, see if he shields or if he does something else, then or like jump forward so I can anti-air, or just like be ready to answer with stuff like that rather than just like tunnel visioning on rushdown. And then that's something I have to work on.
Hmm. All right. Well, thanks very much for agreeing to do this with me. Like
Yeah, no problem.
it,
It was fun.
it's something that I if I can get more matches like this offline, that would be awesome. So I mean, like hopefully I'll be able to rope Shinso into it at some point. And I'll see if I can get some of these at Climax. But this is kind of like my pet project, and we'll see. We'll see if like any of it stands the test of time, if the opinions change that much in like a year or two or whatever. But yeah, thanks again for doing this with me. I think I'll go ahead and end the stream there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, no problem, no problem.
GG's, man.
Good games.